BMF has truly kept me on the edge of my seat for 3 long and amazing seasons. And now it is finally the time to talk about Season 4. As many of you know, Season 3 of BMF ended on a note of massive change. The Flannery family, already living on the edge, saw their world shift in a way none of us have expected. I mean, of course we knew what was going to happen because the entire series is based on real-life events. But still, watching them all dramatize on TV is a completely different experience, and yes, my jaw was still on the floor. By the end of Season 3, the brothers' already complicated relationship reached a new level, as they each tried to carve out their own paths. But, thank God, their bond, despite all the tensions, remained central. As Meech's power and influence continued to grow, Terry began pushing back, trying to make a name for himself separate from his brother's shadow. By the way, am I the only one who is overjoyed that Terry's character really took center stage this season? He is my favorite character in the entire show, and I loved watching him in Season 3. But, not gonna lie, he is kind of unbearable when it comes to his relationships with women. Terry's, I can write an entire essay about the compares and contrasts between his relationship with LaWanda, his childhood sweetheart, and Markeisha, a dangerous businesswoman tied to a rival drug kingpin. Because in my humble opinion, both women represented different sides of him, pulling him in two separate directions. And it seems like Season 4 will explore this dichotomy even more, clarifying Terry's path moving forward. Which side of Terry do you like the most? Let me know in the comments. On that note, recently, I saw an interview where Terry's actor Da Vinci spoke about his character's evolution, and it really resonated with me. He said, Markeisha represents that independent Terry, the grown Terry, the more business-savvy Terry, and I think LaWanda represents more real life when he was a kid and the obligations that he has. To me, these words are so relatable because I think many of us face similar pulls between the past and the future, between who we were and who we want to be. And yes, I'm excited for Terry's journey moving forward. Nevertheless, there is no denying that Meech's storyline was just as intense, with his move into Atlanta becoming an important part of his journey. The expansion of the Flannery Empire beyond Detroit is a clear indicator that Meech is no longer just a street-level drug dealer. In fact, now, he's a player in the larger game of power, music, and politics. His connection to figures like 2 Chainz was more than just a cameo. It was a nod to the deep roots BMF has in real life. 2 Chainz has been friends with Big Meech for years, and it's evident in the way his role in the series feels to me like a natural extension of the real-life dynamics. But let me know what you think of them. At this point, I want to mention a quote that struck me by Heather Zulke, the showrunner, who shared that the inclusion of 2 Chainz was meaningful because of his personal connection to Big Meech. They said, 2 Chainz was a really meaningful piece of casting because he and Big Meech are dear friends. Chainz lived through all of this as well, so that was very special for me, just as a storyteller. I don't know about you guys, but I loved hearing that because it made me appreciate even more how grounded this show is in reality. It's fascinating to see in real time that this not just a fictional account, it's a homage to the true story of the Flannery brothers. Another big development in Season 3, and that will dominate the Season 4, was the Red Dogs, a law enforcement group teased by 50 Cent, have become an exciting new element in the story. I don't know about you, but I'm all for a spin-off exploring the law enforcement side of things. Yes, I'm dead serious. In fact, the idea of seeing the story unfold from the perspective of those hunting the Flannery brothers feels like it would add so much tension and drama to the plot. It might just be the perfect way to balance out the family drama with the pressures coming from outside forces. Now, on to Season 4. One thing I'm really looking forward to is how the series will handle the growth of the Flannery Empire. It is clear that the brothers' visions for the job will inevitably clash and cause a rift between the two. And the only missing element in this puzzle is what will be the tipping point that will drive the brothers finally onto the edge. Another interesting development that has got me thinking is the direction of the Flannery family as a whole in Season 4. With Charles and Lucille facing their own personal issues, it'll be fascinating to see their relationships struggle to survive. And yes, as you can imagine, there are not a lot of hopes for this relationship on the horizon. And yes, Season 4 will be heartbreaking to watch when it comes to these two. Season 4 of the show is already confirmed and is currently in the making. It is expected to be out on May 2025. Until then, for more updates about BMF, make sure to like and follow. Meanwhile, the video on the screen might also interest you.